Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be looking at maximizing your 401k balance and the 10 things that you can do to ensure this happens. Now, overall, 90% of Americans do have a 401k plan if it's at a current employer, if it is at a previous employer. So let's go ahead and get into them. Number one, don't accept the default savings rates. Now, for a majority of institutions, they have 2, 3, probably even 4% matching. This means that a lot of people are putting in the 4% just to get the match, but above and beyond that, there is a zero that they're putting into this, which is again, the big reason. What you want to do is incrementally every single year when you get a raise coinciding with the raise, you want to go up 1%. So the goal to get to this going up 1% per year is 15%, guys. That is the default savings rate that you want to get to, is the 15%. You can even go to 20 if you're really looking to push it as you get a little bit closer to retirement. And what's going to happen is over time, you are going to get used to having that 15% going in that 401k. So when you get a raise, you're not even going to notice it because it's going to coincide with your raise. Now, number two, getting a 401k match. A majority of employers within the United States, with the elimination of pension plans, have been doing 401k matches. Some do 50 cents on the dollar, some match dollar for dollar, 3%, 4%. I am lucky where I work, I actually get 7% match, which is absolutely crazy. So personally, I put in 15%. They match 7. They also give me 3 at my employer, which can really boost my 401k balance. In the course of less than 10 years that I've actually been employed with them, I have well over $200,000 in that 401k plan because of a very generous match that they have. Number 3, stay until you are vested. Now, this is one of the big things, guys. The only caveat to this is some places take 2, 3, 4. We've even seen as long as 6 or 7 years to be fully vested in your 401k plan, which means that you are eligible to get the match as long as you stay until that money is vested. So when you start contributing to that 401k, make sure you do know the vesting schedule for it. That way, if you do leave prior to that investing or to that vested period, they are going to take back the contributions. The company, it's kind of a way to build longevity within team members. If you're in a complete miserable situation, if you have an offer that is far superior than where you're looking at, definitely go for the life-changing opportunity, guys. This is not a solid, firm one when it goes staying to vested. If I'm making $50,000 a year and I have a job that is offering me $80,000 a year, the difference in pay itself, even with that 30K that you cannot make up in the 401k, it might be time to just leave. Now, maximizing your tax breaks is number 4, which I am in the exact same vehicle as this, guys. Traditional 401k plans allow you to defer paying income tax on the money that is saved. Is the reason why my wife and I both maximize the 401k plans, is we're trying to get our taxable income down. Now, I know a Roth, which we'll talk about in just a minute, does not allow that tax advantage, which is the reason, because when you're earning a significant amount of money as you get later on in your career, it makes a big difference when you can defer a lot of the tax. Because when we start taking money out of this 401k plan, the chances of us earning less in the probability of us having less income is definitely going to be there. Now, number 5, diversify with Roth. Now, I do love the Roth 401k plans. Not all employers do offer this plan, but it is a very, very strong plan. This goes for after-tax dollars. Now, a couple caveats to this. Generally offers a bigger benefit to young and low-income workers, where your traditional 401k can give you the tax advantage. The Roth 401k does not give you the tax advantage. However, the money that grows in there is tax-free because you've already put in pre-tax or after-tax contributions into the Roth 401k, which is huge. So again, it can also allow you to tax diversification and flexibility when you get closer to retirement. Because with the 401k, if you've already reached, I believe it is 50 and a half, you can take your contributions out completely tax-free. The earnings at that point, it depends again where you're at if you can take the earnings, but the contributions can be taken out of a Roth, which again is a really big benefit. Number 6, don't cash out early. This is one of the absolute biggest detrimental things that I see with the 401k. A lot of people treat it as a savings account and not as an investment vehicle. When they switch careers, they'll cash out old 401ks instead of rolling them over. And even then, if you're taking the money out prior to 59 and a half, you have a 10% early withdrawal penalty, and you must pay income tax on the amount that you withdraw. So there is a penalty for taking money out of here. In addition, you lose the eighth wonder of the world, guys, the compounding interest. That is essential to build a large nest egg. With the 401k plan, it might be something that you're, 30, 40, 50 years in, that you're putting money away into this plan. That way, compounding interest, when you get again 20, 30, 40 years down the road, you're going to have more than enough money for retirement, especially if you are putting that 15% in there. Number 7 gets into rolling over without fees. Now, when you look at 401k balances on former companies, if you take the money out, you do have to pay taxes on it if you're under 59 and a half. However, if you move it over to a new 401k plan, or if it is managed somewhere else, such as turning it into an IRA, you do not have to pay penalties. You do not want a taxable event of taking money out of that 401k, but you can make sure that you move it to where it needs to be. If it's managed, if you're managing it yourself, if you utilize M1 Finance, which I have a link right down below, absolutely phenomenal when it comes to both the Roth IRAs and the 401k plans, rolling money over. Super, super easy with them. Now, number 8, we get into minimizing the fees. This is one of the absolute biggest things that I feel people really do overlook. When you look at what fees are offered or what fees are incurred when you're looking at your 401k plan, because if they're taking 1%, again, when you start getting into, the multiple double-digit years, you want to make sure that it is in a low-cost investment and also that matches your risk tolerance. Now, this again is one of the absolute biggest things we see with the 401k. Majority of things, especially like at my work, we have target date funds. When you look at the performance of the target date funds, they are far underperforming what the market is doing, and they are far underperforming the other options that you have with investment. So regardless of where your 401k is, talk to a financial advisor, guys. Make sure the money is exactly where you want it to be so you know it is going to grow, and at a minimized fee or a low to no fee cost. Number 9, we get into diversifying your assets. This is one of the big things, guys. Again, a lot of people just literally push the money into a target date fund. But again, when you look at maximizing the return in those funds, majority of time you can do better and you can get a better balanced performance out of really building it out. But avoid making significant changes to the 401k on a whim. Make sure you do your research, guys. Similar to this, I am not a financial advisor. I am just doing this as education purposes is really the big thing, guys. So make sure you consult a financial advisor so you know exactly what you're going to. And most 401ks within the United States have a financial advisor essentially assessed or assigned to the account that they have before you make any changes in there. And the final one, guys, number 10, remember your required minimum distribution. This is a very, very tough one. Making sure after age 72, which I believe at this point it has changed a little bit with the required minimum distributions, it continues to increase. Even the retirement age continues to increase when you can take the full benefit Social Security. But if you are at the age of 72 or greater, make sure you are taking those minimum distributions because there are penalties that are incurred if you do not take them. Sorry, guys. So that covers the 10 strategies to maximize your 401k balance. Let me know in the comments if it does help, really to hear it, see it, keep it top of mind because it is something that is going to affect. And the earlier that you get into the 401k, as earlier you get those percentages in there, it is going to be a money-making machine of compounding interest. So again, guys, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.